Max, first off, congratulations, my friend. How would you describe the challenge that was this week for you?
I mean, the challenge is hard, being a spoiler. Dustin's a fan favorite, bro. He's he's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. And going against Kieran the Booze, I was telling him, yes, that's what we needed. So I was happy he got his praise because the man then bring it back to Louisiana. You know what I mean? He had Weezy walk out with him. He got Weezy to put the belt around the winner. You know what I mean? So, he's a legend, man.
I cannot believe you're here. You want to talk about legends? We have never had somebody walk from the cage to us. So first off, thank you. That's a tremendous compliment
Hey, that's
to
what BMF
ESPN
do.
and the crew.
That's what BMF
That's what
do.
BMF do. Max, I got to ask you, listen, there was a point in the fight, and it looked like he was going to try to swarm me and get a TKO. There was a point in the fight where you put him down, you swarmed, and we're looking for that TKO. Is there an adrenaline dump when you think possibly this thing can be over?
No, yeah. It was in the third round, I believe, right? It was the third round.
Yes.
I had him hurt early. I almost finished him. He somehow survived. That was a motherfucker. And he came out, he hit me with something. I was like, what is he made out of? And then I remember, the motherfucker's a diamond. You know what I mean? First time I was fighting a zombie for every time, and now I got a diamond. These motherfuckers hard as hell. So, when he had that, I saw the ref back there. I was like, thank you for not stopping the fight either way. We had a banger. The last 10 seconds was fun with him. So, Dustin didn't owe me anything. He didn't owe me to give his fight. He was up 0-2 in the trilogy. He didn't have to fight me. He could have fought anybody else. You know what I mean? And he gave me the opportunity to try to give me redemption on his last fight that he retired in his hometown. He's the man, bro. He's a BMF for that.
Yeah, it takes a real special guy to give you an opportunity like that, as you know, right, to get the rematches up. And on top of that, for you to make the adjustments and fill the gaps after being 2 down, and then the Ilia Topuria fight to come back and win, what's it mean to you in your own, soul to know how great you are to do this after what you've been through with him and with Ilya, and then to do this?
It's the fight game. You guys all know. You guys two know what it is.
That's why it's special to me.
Yeah, it is what it is. We all champions. We all fought for belts, and this is what champions made out of. People was counting me out. People was telling me retire. I should have retired with him, and I guess they need a reminder. So that's what we did tonight. I'm just happy. And first things first, celebrating my beautiful family. My son finally got to come back and watch a fight. Last time we saw him at Dustin Poirier fight, he was crying his face off. Now he's smiling, so it's good.
By the way, I'm only as good as the internet. It's going crazy right now. Suggestions of possibly you versus Ilya, suggestions of you versus Sarukian, and suggestions of you versus Patty the Batty. Do any of those strike you wrong? Do any of those make you go, I'm not interested in that one?
We see what happens. I really want that Ilya fight bad. We see what UFC does, but then there's another man that they're not even talking about. There's Oliveira. We got a history. Oh. He told me he was saying that he wanted to fight me this year, so we see what happens.
Is that a call out?
I mean, not a call out. He was calling me out. At the end of the day, he's calling that first fight a fluke, an injury. Last time I checked, they did a report on his so-called injury. Didn't have nothing. So at the end of the day, if you want to figure that out, we can find it out.
Max, you tend to voice what you want. You don't really call it out. And you have the BMF belt, and you made history tonight by defending it for the first time. Everybody's going to want you. What's it like to walk around as the BMF still?
I mean, the blessed man forever is huge, and it's huge to me. And at the end of the day, a lot of people call this king a gimme, but why they calling me out for? Even now, I can hear people calling me out. So it's all good, Whatever the UFC want to do, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm healthy, and I'm happy.
As this fight unfolded, what do you remember thinking as the action started to heat up?
I was looking at Dustin, I was like, this guy's a little tank in there. What the hell? This 55. I mean, everybody tell me I look big. I don't really feel that much bigger. But I know I don't look like a skeleton on weigh-in day, that is a great feeling, cutting weight. But I feel good, man. Dustin in there, he was popping, he was hitting me. It's a BMFL. Look at my damn face, I got hit hard as shit.
You faced really hard-hitting guys like Gaethje. What's the difference between a Poirier and a Gaethje or a Topuria? Between these three who are the top of the ladder that you fought, what do you notice is the big difference in the adjustments that you're making to win these fights?
I mean, it's just technique-wise, I think Topuria is tight with his boxing, real nice. Dustin, same thing, and Justin, he's a little bit more wingy stuff, but then when he hits, it hits like a Mack truck. So at the end of the day, they're all different fighters, and we get ready for them.
What did you say to Max after that final horn?
Yes.
You had the point down, you had the embrace at the end, and you seemed to have a little extra message for Dustin at the end.
I told Dustin, thank you, man. I told Dustin, thank you for the opportunity. He kept thanking me. I'm like, brother, you're 0-2. You're up 2-0, and me in this trilogy. He could have picked anybody else to come home to fight, and he gave me the opportunity on his last fight to try and get one back, and now he's done. You know what I mean? Like that's like that's a BMF thing to do. Be up 2-0 in a trilogy and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go and whip your ass again to prove a point, and I got nothing but love for the guy for that.
Hey, Mac, real quick, Matt, but Poirier was in there with Islam. You were in there with Poirier. You were in there with Ilia Topuria. Tell me how this division should be ranked. Tell me how this division is, because right now there's 2 belts. Does that bring you and Topuria back? How should this thing be done?
I mean, we see what happens. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not a matchmaker. After 300, tell me how I beat the number rank guy at the weight at that time, or he was next for the title. He wasn't number one ranked, but he's like ranked number 5. I came into the ranking at 9. The guys who's doing the rankings in UFC have no idea what they're doing. So at the end of the day, you just gotta make moments. I made my moment, and here it is. You know, whatever UFC do next, it's on them. You know, the ball's in their court.
Should we have a BMF ranking?
For sure. Please have a
think so,
BMF ranking.
too.
Please, we got this thing. Everybody calling it a gimmick. It's not no gimmick no more. Then get in this thing. Let's get it.
Max, well done all week long, and certainly tonight. Where you're from, they call it the Aloha Spirit. Here, they call it Southern Hospitality. How about one hand for Max Holloway, the BMF?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.